If you don't understand, I'm sorry, but me, I understand. Meetings are counterproductive. And I was like, everything she's saying, I don't understand.
If everybody has open communication within their team, a lot of meetings can be scrapped. Yo, guys, welcome to case 3 of the Edge Cases podcast. My name is Derek, and I'm here with, will you mention your name?
Franklina.
I'm here with
Franklina.
Funklina. Yeah, and before we start, I want to thank everyone for the support I received since we started the podcast, even from the pilot episode to the first episode, second, and now we are recording the third. Right, I want to thank everyone from Twitter to Design Junkies WhatsApp group to LinkedIn, everywhere at all that we get feedback from. We are so appreciative of it. Right, and yeah, we want to also ask of a small favor from you guys. Wherever you're listening to this, just tap on the review and give us a 5-star review. 5 star is preferable, right? 5 star is preferable. We are not going to fight if you give us anything else, but 5-star is preferable. And if you have any feedback for us, you can come and say it with your chest. And cool. So, Frankie, how was your week?
My week has been long. I feel like this has been the longest week this month.
Why? What happened?
Work, yeah, but the work is long. Let me just keep it like that. The work has been long and it has made the week longer.
Yeah.
But
I work on any
what?
new project or anything.
Yeah, new project. Yeah, I started last week.
Mm.
I started last week Thursday. It's been a week. We are still working on it. I'm looking forward to wrap that up before this weekend, which is tomorrow. So fingers crossed I'm able to finish that because yeah, that project is dragging. I hope nobody heard that. But yeah. It's the project I'm working on, Cleave. We are in the final stretch. We're supposed to have launched last week, but life
Hmm.
happened. And
Hmm.
we are looking forward to this week. Right now, we've submitted our extension to the Chrome store. We are waiting for
Yeah.
approval. And as soon as it is, this place will be one of the first places I mentioned that people can now go on there. We've done the
Yeah.
basic thing. In fact, let me just keep everything to when it's available and I'll just spill everything. But if you don't know what Cleave is or what it will be, it's basically that one place where you can save all your links because you save your links in your WhatsApp, in your Telegram, in your notes, in your Notion, and those are not like prime to help you keep them organized, keep to help you get back to them, right? So Cleave is that one tool that is going to help you to do that. Yeah. So basically, my week has been working Cleave,
Work and Cleave. Work and
working
Cleave. That sounds like
Cleave,
a company name.
working Cleave.
Hi, I'm
Yeah.
Derek from Work and Cleave.
Yes.
Yeah,
How was your week? How's your week
cool.
been?
Mine has been not long, but crazy, very fast paced.
Hey, I
Normal work,
envy
and well, I don't envy myself. Normal work, and then pet projects. Yeah, I tweeted about it. Copy. It's called copy.
copy, copy.
It's called copy.
Everybody had copy, copy when they were growing up.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's called
very
copy.
relatable.
So it's supposed to use AI to help you write better microcopy. I ran the MVP at I think 10:30. I ran the MVP at 10:30 p.m. and then people started using it a lot, and then it broke. So I had to stay up through the night to fix it, and yeah, that's why I said I don't envy me at all.
Do you know I literally asked Claude something about building a copywriting AI tool.
Mm.
I just remembered that
Claude came to tell
I
me.
no, Claude didn't come to tell you. I just remembered I spoke to it about something. I don't know what the idea was about. It was what I don't know why I don't know how that idea came about.
Yeah.
Like what I was doing for. I have a chat with them. I'm just looking at it right now and yeah. So
Next time,
so
build fast.
let me read what I had. So I put
Uh-huh.
it there as this is what I had in mind. A user would upload an image of their full site, right?
Mhm.
then provide a summary of their typical user, like the person who visits that site.
Hmm.
And based on that, we rewrite the copy on the image. So the person will upload like
Oh,
design of the site, and then the AI would, based on the information provided, rewrite it with the kind of user who would visit it in mind. So
yeah.
that was the idea. If you want to add it to copy
That should
copy
be
paste.
possible. That
Yes, I
should be
think it should
possible.
be,
Yeah,
because right
because
now you can send an image to Claude, right? And it will,
yeah,
in fact, I did some today to help me with my design work.
yeah, that should be possible.
Yeah. So that was what I was discussing with them, but I'm not a developer, so it ended there.
You
Yeah.
are saying you don't know any developers. Well, we'll talk about
So
that.
I should
We'll
come
talk
to
about
you,
that.
I should come to you.
Me, I'm not. Oh,
I'll come to you.
I code
We'll
for
do this
fun.
back door. I'll come in my checkbook, so don't be scared. Don't be
All
scared.
right, checkbook. Yeah, I speak money. So,
Yeah.
Frankie, you're going to talk about stand-ups, right? Or
Hmm.
meetings, or meetings in general. Meetings at the workplace, meetings in remote settings. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on it? I have plenty. I have plenty thoughts.
And one of them will definitely be the fact that we don't like meetings, right?
Yeah,
Don't like
yeah.
meetings.
Why don't you like meetings?
Meetings are counterproductive. Like, fine, I know you're supposed to have them because we work remotely, so we need to, aside sending messages back and forth on Slack, on Teams, wherever, the meetings is like an additional, or it's an extended step of the conversation happening in text. But sometimes they become a bit too much. Not a bit, way too much. Like, if one day I'll share my calendar with you. No, I'm not supposed to say that. But in the realm where I hypothetically share my calendar with you,
Yes,
you'd see that
hypothetical.
you'd look at it and ask me, do I have time for work?
Yeah.
Right? There are a lot of meetings that I'm supposed to be in, meetings that clash, meetings I miss because I'm in another meeting, but then they are both
Wow.
equally important. So yeah, meetings are supposed to happen, but I feel like the workings around it, or when everybody sets up a meeting in their head, it's important, so you have to be there. But
Yeah. Everything is
everybody
high,
thinks their
high,
meeting is
high
important,
priority.
but some things can easily be said via chat. What I don't know what annoys me, but the ones I can't
It's annoying
stand,
to just say it.
the ones I can't stand are the ones that people just call you. Like, you are really in deep work. You are in Figma. The design experience is lashing you. You don't know whether to use a red or a blue, or to use, I don't know, a modal or a bottom sheet. Then a call just comes in and the person is asking you, please give me access to this. I'm like
This could have been a
this
chat.
could have been a, yeah. Or maybe, I don't know, this thing is not working.
Mm.
Show me. Like, you could literally just send a message and I'll reply you back. Yeah, so my feelings about meetings are that, fine, meetings are important, but we should find some understanding as to
Mm.
what should call for a meeting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should be a
Yeah.
checklist.
Definitely.
Is the meeting, I don't know, is the world ending? Is the company dying? Are we losing money? Like, it should tick all of such
Before they
boxes.
call for a meeting.
Call me. But there are certain things that we can easily clarify over chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
another thing too is
You have a
I
lot
don't
on your chest.
I'm removing them one. Another thing too is I don't blame the way meetings are like right now, because if somebody texts me and I'm not available, the
Yeah.
person it's the thing the person is looking for is urgent, right? So they'll call me. It's an impromptu call. They'll call me. So it's also us, like human beings. If you text me, maybe I'm busy, fine, I don't reply, but at least I should
Mm.
have that courtesy to let you know that, I'm very busy right now. Just give me the next 30 minutes and I'll get back to you. That way you've stopped the call from happening. But then if you don't get back
Mm.
to that person, if you don't reach out, you don't communicate, right?
Yeah.
Like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
that person will end up calling you. Let me end here before I say
So
everything.
would you say there are lots of meetings because people lack proper communication skills when it comes to work.
In some cases, because you'd agree with me, some meetings are very important. Some meetings,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
there are certain things you can't have that conversation via chat.
Yeah, true,
But some people also would say, this person, if I text them, they won't mind me. So let me just call. That's the only way to get their attention. And they'll keep
true.
calling and calling and calling until you answer and go like, oh, I'm busy. I'll call you back. But courtesy, you could have just been courteous enough to say, I saw your missed call. I'll call you
Yeah,
back as soon as I'm done with this thing. Or maybe I'm in a meeting fighting this fire. I'll get back to you. Something. But, people.
yeah. Oh, I side with you a lot, right? Because there are times that meetings can just derail you from your focus mode.
Yeah.
There are a lot of time where, especially the impromptu meetings, they can just
Yeah.
derail you from your focus mode. Because I usually have my focus mode from 9 a.m. to somewhere around 1, right? So that during that time, it's early in the morning, I am I'm wide awake, and then I could do some deep work then, right? But then if there's a meeting within that side, it switches off my focus because now I have to prep myself for that
Mhm.
meeting. If that meeting is, let's say, at 10 o'clock, between 9 and 10, I need to now psych myself for that particular
Exactly.
meeting and tell
Yeah.
myself that, okay, what am I going to say in this meeting? What's the meeting going to be
Yeah.
about? Who is going to be in the meeting? And all that. Right.
Like, what do
And
I need for the meeting?
exactly, because you don't want to go into a meeting unprepared. You don't want to go
Yeah.
into a meeting and not have an idea of what's going to be said and not be ready to contribute.
Mhm.
Right. And sometimes there are times that, yeah, it's necessary to attend or it's necessary to have those meetings, especially if you're in a remote setting where your team is scattered across the country or across the continent or the planet. Right. And you need to have that sort of relationship. But sometimes, yeah, a lot of meetings doesn't a lot of meetings
It's
don't help anybody.
counterproductive. Yeah, you would think a meeting starts at 8, but in fact, behind the scenes, it starts at 7:30 or 7:45
It starts the
because you
previous
now
day.
have because so this is how it's like for me. I have a meeting at 10. It's a review meeting, right? But then I have other things to do. You
Mm.
think the most common or the most appropriate thing for me to do is to continue working when it's 10, I join. But no, that thing I was working on, I now have to pause it. Mind you, PMs are on my neck for that thing. Oh. They also want it after 10.
Mention their name,
Or they
mention their
probably
name.
want it before 10. But then I have this meeting at 10. I have to put that work aside,
Yeah,
knowing very
yeah.
well there's a tight deadline on it. Prepare for that meeting at 10. Then I go for that meeting at 10 and come out with even more work. Now, when I finish the meeting, I'm sitting behind Figma and I'm like, okay, now which one should I do? Should I
Yes.
do this one that
Yeah.
they need at 10, or the comments and the feedback on this, is it will it take so much time? Like, all that is time. Or that decision making is time. So
Because after every meeting, you come out with, or not every, but after some of the meetings, you come out with things you need to do.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
now imagine you have 5 tasks you need to complete before imagine you had 5 tasks before you enter the meeting. By the time you leave the meeting, you probably have 7 because
Seven,
of
seven
maybe
is
some
seven
decisions
is
that were
seven. Won't
made.
I be lucky? Seven, won't I be lucky? Like 10 or 15. Everybody has shared their comments. Now you need to figure out
Yeah.
how to put it all together so
And
that it becomes cohesive.
then some of these things, well, I mean, so what's the way for it now? If
Hmm.
because you mentioned earlier we would have to create a checklist in the world ending.
Now on the very good.
because because some things could easily be emails
But the question is,
or
what
Mhm.
are those things? Like, what are those things that could be Slack updates or emails? For in my case, Teams. What could those things be?
I mean, if you are looking for an update on a project, how a project is going on, you don't need a whole 1 hour meeting for that. Right.
We've
If you
not
want
spoken
to
about the
know,
fact that you can schedule a 1 hour meeting and at 1 o'clock and the meeting ends at 3. Has it happened to you before?
well, a few times
Hey,
in the past. A few times in the past.
I get you. I get you. I understand that. If you don't understand, I'm sorry, but me, I understand.
But yeah, that one is also, it's also a big factor because if I've psyched myself to start work at 3 o'clock when a meeting is
Mhm.
supposed to end, and then the
Yeah.
meeting drags to like 5, now I've lost those 2 hours,
Yeah.
and those 2 hours I'm not going to get them back. But then I still
No.
need to complete the work. That means
Yeah.
it will eat into the other time I have planned. Right?
Yeah. Like it just pushes everything back.
Yeah.
Like maybe somebody was like, I'll call you at 10. And you go like, no, I have a meeting at 10. So call me at 11. Now your
And
meeting goes
now,
beyond 11. Now that
ah,
person has to call you after 11. And all the other things that you have to do just before
they
you
keep
realize you're ending your
piling
day
up.
at 7 p.m. And then
Exactly.
you're
Before you
tired
realize you've ended the whole day without doing any profitable work because you spend the whole day talking about work and
and
not
not doing
doing
the
the work.
actual
Right. And yeah, if some things like getting progress on projects, that shouldn't be a meeting. That could just be like a morning routine where
So like you're saying
people,
stand up
yeah,
shouldn't be a meeting.
stand up should hardly be a meeting. There are some unless of course you have a problem that maybe the team has to give input on. But even that, there's Loom,
Yes,
there's a
do you know I
ticket.
don't know why okay, let me keep quiet. But
You
Loom is
seem to have
very
played your turn.
Loom is a savior, but I don't know why we don't use it.
Yeah, because what you would have a 1 hour meeting for instance, for a meeting, let's say the meeting is going to ask for progress on, maybe you are building an app so that Ghanaians would have an election on it, right? So now that meeting supposed to start at 7 and end at 8. That's the time
Mhm.
on the calendar. At 7 o'clock, you join the meeting. People will join the meeting at around 7:10. So now you
Mhm.
need to use 5-10 minutes to wait for people to join the meeting.
Mhm.
Now
Yeah.
people have joined the meeting. You have to chit chat.
Mhm.
So the
Like so
next
that
5 minutes, people cracking
warmed up.
jokes. Yeah,
Yeah.
people cracking jokes in the next 5 minutes. Then after the 5 minutes, okay, let's get started. Somebody is in the call who doesn't know what's going on. So now you have to explain to that person why they were invited into the call. And then by the time we start the actual call, it's maybe 15 minutes gone. And then now, as the call is going to end, Kweku from accounting now has a question 1 minute to the end of the call. So now you need to answer the question,
Oh,
and then that question brings a problem from last 2 months, and then now the meeting has dragged for 30 more minutes.
thing.
Yeah, if everybody has open communication within their team, a lot of meetings can be scrapped
Yeah. I think it's a
because
two-way
yeah.
two-way thing. It's the people like it's us the
Hmm.
employees or us those who do the actual work. Like I
Hmm.
said earlier, if somebody texts you and you are always available or there's some sort of feedback, either
Hmm.
I'm busy or I help you with your thing, the call won't happen.
True.
Right? If everybody knows that Franklina, when you text her, she'll respond to you, she'll get back to you, she'll
In
call
two
when she says
minutes.
she'll call. Nobody will call me. But if Franklina is known for when you text her, she won't mind you unless you call then somebody will call you and then
Everything
you
will
just
be a
get
call
angry
now.
about yeah. So it's a two-way thing. It's you doing what you have to do so that you prevent these impromptu meetings from happening and people also not taking the extra step to call you when the
Yeah.
thing could have been a simple Slack message or Teams message.
Have you had any embarrassing stand up experience?
Yes, I think I shared that on the TL, but for those who haven't seen it, let me say that. So we were on this call and the lead back end engineer, she was explaining the thing and she was talking, and it was all technical. And me, product designer, I'm in the call. I don't understand Kafka. I don't understand Kafka. I don't understand. They say this thing proxy
Yeah.
and those terms. And I didn't know I was muted, and I was like, everything she's saying, "Ka, I don't understand. Like that's what I said. Then she mentioned my name. Okay, Franklin. And I was like, okay, Franklin, now which part don't you understand? And I'll be the bad person to say the whole show, or like I don't understand everything. And she has to start all over, like explain in layman's terms. Like that was like my most embarrassing moments because I was saying that I was complaining to myself. I wasn't
Yeah.
going to unmute and say I don't
Mm, mm,
understand
mm,
though. There
mm.
was no one was going to say that
Yeah.
because it was a whole technical thing. If anybody wants to say something like complain about a meeting, double check
Mm,
you're
yes.
muted before you complain.
That is true. It's very true. It's very true. I
What's
don't think
yours? What's
mine was mine is as embarrassing. Mine was just yeah. So I was having a call with some of the stakeholders, and my little sister was around, and my little sister was around. So one of the stakeholders was talking, and then I was unmuted. So she just asked that, "What is this man talking about?"
yours?
She said, she said, "That's what this man talking about."
Just like that.
Just like that. I don't think she meant it in a bad. Well, I don't know,
Yeah,
but
knowing her, she
yeah,
was just
when
it
it
was really just
happened, I quickly muted.
did the man who was talking say anything?
Yes, I mean everybody heard it, so everybody laughed, right? But it wasn't funny to me. It wasn't funny to me. It
You were filming.
wasn't funny to me. But yeah, let's go through just three of them and go to the next episode, right? Of
Mm.
I said, did I say next episode?
Hey, you are in a hurry to get to
I'm
episode
sorry, I'm
4.
sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. We need to get to episode 5 quickly, and
Yeah,
then
we are on our way
we
there.
take over the whole world.
Ibab. So I read the first one. This person's most embarrassing moments during a stand up was like, and I quote, I didn't hear a single thing you said. Please go over. I've done that before.
We, what did you say?
You can't do anything. It's your job to like go over, but I'm sure the person was angry.
Well, to be
You know, there's
frustrating,
no way somebody will tell you, I didn't hear a single thing or I don't understand, go over the whole thing. There's no way anybody will tell you that and you would, with a smiling, warm, exciting tone of voice, go over.
they'll be fuming within themselves, but
You will take like 2 minutes or 2 seconds to go, like, just like to keep everything in before you start. There's no way you would, somebody will hear this, go, like, I didn't hear a single thing you said, please go
yeah,
over. It will just pierce, you go in your head, you go like, e. All I said. And you couldn't stop me halfway. To ask yourself all of these things and then take a deep breath, compose yourself,
yeah.
and then go over. What's
Well,
the second one?
another one said someone was explaining something and asked the question, and another guy who thought his mic was muted was like, every day, why can't you read?" Listen, plenty people have said it before. I don't think it's only that person. That person's mic happened to be off, and that happened to be on at
He
that time.
said he spoke the mind of everyone.
Yes, every day, why can't you read?
Every day,
All right,
every
read the
day.
last
If there's
one.
a double every day cry kills me. Every day, why you can't
Every
read?
day, why can't?
That person does it every day. Like every day. The person doesn't understand something or let me just go to the last one. So this one says one meeting, I didn't realize I was not muted. And at the exact same time, my sister walked in complaining about not being able to save. And I went on to say, then what should I say? Went on and on about how it will take years to save with the salary these guys were
How?
giving
Oh,
me.
the same guys you were on the call with.
So like you're on a call with your stakeholders and you don't know you're muted and somebody comes in and you are talking about money and you end up saying like trying to paint a picture that the salary that these people you are speaking to are paying you is not. I would like to know what they
Yeah,
said.
what did they say?
It was a
What did
call. I'm pretty sure HR called him or his boss called him after the meeting.
do you want more money?
Yeah, that would be a nice conversation. Of course, I'll say yes. And then go like,
Wow,
how much? If somebody asked me at work
mm,
how much money, I don't, because I'll be confused because
how
I
much
don't know
money
what
what?
enough is for me right now.
How much money do you
As
want?
in, want to add on top of my money, maybe if I wanted a salary
Hey,
increase.
well, I
Yes,
mean, that's a nice question. How much do you want on top of this money? You don't also sound greedy.
exactly. You want to
Oh,
sound
give me $1 million.
So last week there was something very interesting happening on X on Twitter. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure most of us saw it and felt pity for those drivers. So South Africa and Nigerian boat drivers experienced something I don't know. I don't think any ride hailing app has exposed themselves to experience that thing before.
True.
So let me paint the picture. A South African Uber driver is in, I don't know the cities in South Africa, but let's just pick a city, assuming they have a city in
Johannesburg.
South Africa called, okay, Johannesburg, a particular area like Abeka. Then a Nigerian in Lagos, like maybe Adenta in Lagos, will order
Said
a boat ride in Nigeria. Will order a boat ride. Their destination is like wherever they are going to is in South Africa. So there's a pickup point in South Africa, a drop off point in South Africa, right? So this Nigerian person will order that ride in South Africa. The South African boat driver, boat driver would see the ride coming in or the order coming in,
Mm.
accepts the order, gets to the location of the pickup, and call this Nigerian guy. I'm here. Where are you? And this Nigerian guy, because he thinks this is so funny, will be giving this frustrated South African driver locations, descriptions, imaginative descriptions of where they might be. Like I saw a video of
Mm.
one. I don't know. I've forgotten whether it was a South African. Well, it was a Nigerian pranking a South African driver, and you could hear from this guy's voice that he's frustrated. Like he's seriously looking for his passenger, his the person who ordered him. And this Nigerian person is laughing, giggling. Like, what do you think? Like, product
Yeah, it's
wise.
it's actually a crazy thing, right? And it started because I think one South African guy posted that this is what he does when he's bored,
So
and then
it's, so wait,
yeah,
this
it
means it's been
started.
there for a while.
Yeah,
Because
that's
you
the
do it when
assumption.
you're bored.
That's the assumption because he tweeted is okay. This is what he does when he's bored, and then it blew up, right? So it's something that he probably has been doing maybe along with other people, but
And
then
then
it
we
wasn't
have
mainstream as it was. It wasn't as
wow.
mainstream as this was. But yeah, this is crazy because this brings up, or this is a new case where products people have to think that okay, if two countries are beefing, can they use my product to distract each other?
Yeah, because eventually Nigerians and South Africans were beefing and they
Yeah,
got into it.
right. Because this is not an edge case where this is not an edge case that you think about when you're designing a product. Two countries
Yeah, like
beefing, right? Two countries beefing is not something you think about when you are building a product. And now that it has happened, it has become, you need to consider it that if
yeah.
Ghana and then if one day Ghana and South Africa or Ghana and Mali or Ghana and one of the other countries decide to beef, can they use my product as weapon of war? Can it,
The
but
guy
how?
who posted
Yeah,
that, I think I'm pretty sure it was he discovered that out of a mistake. I don't know.
probably.
I don't know how, because how would you even mistakenly order a ride in Nigeria or in
I
South
mean,
Africa? Because I'm
because
thinking
they're
of a Ghanaian right now.
yeah.
There's no way I would mistakenly type Johannesburg.
Well, because they are in multiple countries, I think that's why they allowed those things to happen so that
You know what?
you see how you can send money to somebody in a different country. I believe it's along the same lines. I believe
But
it's along the same lines.
isn't it possible to, I don't know, regulate or look at this cross country ordering? I'm thinking, how can I order a ride? Like my location specifically says Ghana or
Mhm,
Adenta or
mhm.
Malam Junction, and then I order a ride to Nigeria. I'm not supposed to. It's not supposed to work. Is it supposed to work? Is that thing supposed to happen?
It depends on what they want to achieve. If they want to facilitate cross-border operations, yeah, then it's something that was intentional, right?
But the
If they
thing
want
is,
to,
how
if,
many people have done that for the thing? Like,
yeah,
I'm
for
still,
it to be a
yeah.
necessary feature. Well, I don't know if it's a UX. It could be a UX problem where You would say, okay, once somebody KYCs in one particular country and they are in that particular country at that point, because the Bolt app uses GPS for their
Yeah,
operations.
like
So
the app sits on
yeah.
GPS functionality.
So if
So
I'm in Ghana, allow me to only book rides within Ghana. That could be, but then there's also a slight chance where somebody will have an emergency in a different country and would need you
and then
in
I
Ghana.
want to use a boat ride together.
Yeah,
Like I have a friend in Nigeria and this Nigerian is in trouble and I decide to order a ride from Ghana to Nigeria. A ride.
yeah, it could be. No matter how small the edge case is, all right, that's the name of our podcast. No matter how small the edge case is, it still needs to be accounted for in some way. Right. It still needs to be accounted for in some way. And I believe that's why they left it in, because I don't think the whole of Bolt, the whole company, no one thought about, oh, maybe somebody will abuse it. Maybe they
I
forgot about it.
I don't want to believe it. Boat is a big company. Like this, or maybe the thing could be that people in some other countries it works. Maybe these island countries, maybe
Mm,
that kind of thing works. But they didn't consider how the distance, because
yeah, yeah,
Nigeria and South Africa they are far apart, right? So maybe it wasn't supposed to. Maybe they could put a cap on the distance, right? Maybe not more than, I don't know,
true. That could be a good
20
solution.
miles
A
or
radius. So they
yeah.
cap the radius that, okay, if it's over X radius, they shouldn't be able to book a ride. That could.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking about why I would want to book a ride from here to Nigeria.
I'm trying to let me try and book a ride in. Let me use Uber to book a ride in the US.
Let me use Yango and see. Maybe Yango went to look in their code as soon as they saw these things. They quickly called an emergency sprint. So I'm home.
And they had
I'm
a
going
meeting on it. They had a meeting on it.
Yeah.
Wait, I
I'm not
can
even
actually.
thinking. Yeah, you can.
I can book a ride. So right now I'm booking a ride to Washington. Okay, no, it has gone off. So it's allowed me go through the flow, but then it cancelled it when I completed.
You see, Yango does well. Washington, there's no location for a Washington location outside of Ghana. All the suggestions I get, or all the results I get, are in Accra.
Well, maybe they fixed
Nowhere.
things when the bolt issue happened.
I'm pretty sure, because
Bolt was the scapegoat.
both of us came good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just
Well,
thinking, as designers, right? We should help the business think about the edge cases of features.
Aish.
Like, go the extreme. Think about, just go radical. Think about the craziest way somebody could stretch your feature, your product. It might sound funny. Maybe, who knows, that when they were in the meeting, somebody
Mm.
asked that question. We're like, nobody would do that, and then just shrug it off.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
That's
them in their
true. That's
answers.
true.
So yeah, as a designer, if they shrug it off, just, I don't know. All you can do is to put out the edge case, and then if they
Yeah.
agree to work around it, they do. If not, you did your part in putting out good UX.
Yeah. So let us know in the comments how you'd solve this problem if you were the senior designer or the director of design at Bolt or director of product at Bolt.
Yeah.
How would you solve this problem? What will you do? Will you ban everybody in South Africa and Nigeria, or what will you do to what will you do to solve this issue and then not happen again? So in the comments everywhere, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you see our posts, just let us know, and yeah,
Yeah, I'll be looking forward
would
to
do well.
reading
Yeah,
your comments.
we'll tell the people at Bolt some of the solutions. People at Bolt also listen to edge cases, by the way. Okay, so still talking about apps, right? A lot of apps fail in Africa.
Sad truth.
Is
Sad
it fail
and hard.
or they don't get a lot of adoption within the African
It
continent?
fails. At the end of the day, it fails. It's not
And they,
adoption will make it fail. Lack of adoption, low adoption will make it fail.
well,
So
yeah,
it fails.
and there are a lot of reasons, right? I mean, we are always saying that Africa is an emerging market. You've been saying that since I was in primary school.
Hey.
Yeah, I've been hearing that for a long time. Africa is an emerging market. Emerging market. We've been emerging for so long. We've not reached right, and a lot of digital products try to get their way into the African markets, and then they end up leaving because they
Yeah.
didn't get enough adoption. And yeah, what are your thoughts on?
You that's the truth. 2015, a company has been thriving 5 years down the line and you don't hear of them. 3 years down the line, you don't hear of them. Why? Because the economy, or there was no room for growth or money or cash flow. All of these things do not help companies to thrive. So these days, when I hear even people trying to build something, they go like, "Oh, you can't do this in Africa. It won't grow," or "It's a
Yeah,
grind." Like we end up stopping our own selves from helping ourselves to grow. Why? Because systems are not working, or behavior hasn't changed, or people haven't adapted to new
we are stuck in the
technologies.
past.
Exactly. Right. So
Yeah,
we're just going to go through a few reasons why some apps fail, or apps fail in some African countries. It's an article actually, right? And then we'll put a link in the show notes so you can go read for yourself. But I'm just going to go through the main pointers on this in this article.
me, the first reason we like doing manual stuff. There's this common notion that, oh, when you sweat and you do it, it's more meaningful within the African
Mhm.
space. So
Like you
a
do it
lot
with
of
your
people, yeah, a lot of people don't want to automate stuff because they want to physically see where their money is going. They want to physically see where their, and a like a proper example, a big one is Uber drivers. Yeah, a big one is Uber drivers, or even shop owners. Those
Yeah.
small shops, you go to the shop in the corner and then you buy something. You want to pay more money, and they tell you no, they want cash. Like, why? Why are you making things hard for yourself? Like,
But mobile money has been there for more than 10 years. So it's enough time for you to understand that this has come to stay. This is going to be a part of us. So get on the train. Besides, people come and ask you all the time, isn't it cute enough for you to go like, "Oh, people ask for mobile money. Maybe I should start accepting it. Maybe I might be known for taking mobile money, so people would come to my store." So change is something I
yeah,
think Africans are afraid of. I don't blame us, but
me
we
I blame
have
us.
why who us? How are you blaming us?
Me I blame because if everybody goes to that shop and starts asking for more money, or starts saying that, let's say you go to the shop and then you want to pay mobile money, and then they say they don't take mobile money, and then you leave. Another time somebody comes, oh, I want to pay more money, I don't take more money, and the person leaves. After 2 weeks, you realize that, okay, I think I need mobile money because all these people are leaving. But
Mm.
then once they see, oh, I don't take more money, and then you two go through the stress of going to look for a vendor, going to withdraw from a vendor, and then now
Stressful
you,
though. It's sad.
yeah. So
It's
now
really sad.
if, yeah, so look at how the Nigerian fintech system is. It's really impressive, right? They
Yeah.
use bank transfer as
And
though
like
it is
the
mobile
main
money. Yeah.
I remember last time I went somewhere and I transferred like what's your bank account number. I only do that when the monies are huge. Like the
Imagine
money
going picking an Uber in Ghana and then you tell the driver that, what's your bank account? They'll look
I'll
at
be
you
like,
weird.
hey, what is happening here?
Yeah, they'll
What's
look
your
at you weird.
account?
They'll look at you weird.
And I
And it,
wonder how
mm,
it started out for them, for Nigerians. I'm pretty sure at the beginning it was a
yeah,
movement. I'm sure at the beginning
probably.
people
Probably.
pushed against it. But right now it has come to, and I really admire them for that. I don't think people use card as much as they use bank accounts over there. I might be wrong. So let me know if I'm wrong. If for the Nigerians listening, right? Do you use more cards than bank transfers, or bank
Well,
transfers?
POS is quite popular. So I would
For
assume POS is quite popular in Nigeria. So I would assume the popularity of the POS is with a card. But yeah,
Okay.
let us know, like Franklin has sent.
Yeah,
But yeah, so
yeah.
now if any new fintech comes up in Ghana that does
This,
money transfer, they are going to struggle because even mobile
mm,
money, people are hesitant in picking it up. And now we want to pick a new app. Right, just rhymed.
in Ghana,
But
there's mobile money. Like, I want to pay for something, mobile money. I want to pay for something, mobile money. Do you take Momo? Or would you Momo? Like, Momo. Let's move on to the next big reason why apps fail in some African countries. I would take internet bandwidth. What do you think? Like, how big of it is a problem that internet is expensive in
for me,
Africa?
when you
We can
ask
start
me,
from Ghana. How
everything in
big of a
Africa is a
problem is
problem.
that?
Everything in Africa is a problem to me. Yeah, we offer terrible internet at ridiculous prices. And
Mm-hmm.
okay, there's not an African rant, but yeah, we offer terrible internet at ridiculous prices. And this is one of the key things when it comes to digitalization.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because we need proper internet to be able to actually run digital things. And if the people are not able to afford the internet, how is that digital world going to be built? Right? Because I was on a call this afternoon and with a couple of people, and the call was delaying. Right, and people started complaining about their internet bundle finishing because of the
Charlie.
call, and it didn't make sense to me. Right, because how will a 30 minutes 1 hour call finish your data? And
Yeah, because I know my mom. My mom will say that if nobody is texting her on WhatsApp, she'll turn off her data.
but then, right, me my thinking about that, or my argument about that is, if you turn off your data for, let's say, 5 hours, right,
Mm-hmm.
during that 5 hours no data goes to and from your phone, all of
Mm-hmm.
them are pending. So
Yeah,
if somebody sends you a 1 gig file on WhatsApp during the time your data is off,
and
yes,
you
you
turn it
save data for that side. But then once you turn it on,
on. I'm not sure they think about it like that. They feel like when it is on, it's running, like it's still going, it's still
all
finishing, still
all the
being.
things
It's
that are supposed to run, though, you've just put them on hold.
they don't. That's what I'm saying, that they don't understand it like that. Their thinking is if it's on, it's
Mm,
running, like it's being used, it's depleting. So that when I stop it, when I turn off my data, it's not going to be used. They forget, unless maybe they don't know how it actually works.
yeah.
Because if they know how it works, they'll just leave it on.
So yeah, so this goes back to the price of internet. Right? If the internet was affordable, people wouldn't have to resort to that.
Yeah.
If the prices were very affordable, people wouldn't have to resort to that. Because right now I'm paying what 550 CDs for what I think 250 gig or something.
No,
I
that 550 should be
yeah
407. I bought
400
mine this morning.
yeah.
400 and something gig. That's
Then
mine.
MTN, you pay MTN the 399, you get like what 92 gig also.
You see,
And why would I be paying?
my argument about this is if it was this expensive
Mm,
and the internet, the service was good, maybe I won't complain. Yes, 'cause if I'm paying 550 for 400 and then good internet connection, like it's fast, moderately, because right
mm,
now it's not fast. It's not fast.
it's terrible.
It's terrible. So if I was paying 550 and the connection was good, maybe I won't complain as much as I'm complaining now. I'll just be complaining about money. But right now we have two problems. It's expensive, it's shitty. And there's nothing we can do there. Nobody's doing anything about it. And it's not only in Ghana. It's an Africa wide problem. Like in the article, for instance, the guy is complaining about how in Cameroon, so his case in point in the article was Cameroon. So if you read it, it's mostly about Cameroon, but you'd see that they are paying more for way worse
Yeah.
internet connection. So we read that we are complaining. We should when we read the article, we
Some people have it worse.
yeah, and I wonder why. Is it that when the internet gets to Africa, it's expensive, or I don't? When it crosses boundaries, like I want to understand why it's expensive. It's
No,
just a mad
a lot of it is
point.
taxes. A lot of it is taxes. Because look at
So
what we are paying for
our
Starlink.
government. Hmm.
Yeah, look what we are paying for Starlink. According to the receipts, it was for almost 4,000 cities, but
Mm-hmm.
then taxes make up 1,300 cities,
Hey,
and taxes have increased it from 4,000 to 5,000 cities. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's where a lot of the other African countries also suffer. That's from taxes, right? Because it's crazy how we pay so much for very terrible service, and at the end of the day, somebody will be holding steering wheel saying that he wants to come and rule and govern. Sorry for those who don't understand. One day we'll just have
but
an episode and then talk about government and how
yeah,
government affects the mindsets, the mental health of designers.
designers. It should be a full episode, one episode just to discuss that. So the last thing we're going to talk about is the fact that our address systems. Let me talk for my country in Ghana. Oh, do you know? I don't want to complain. I want to actually give a shout out to us because it's better than before, but it can be better.
It's better than before, definitely. It's better
It's
than
better,
before
but it's still a problem. It's still a
because
problem
yeah,
because if I'm giving somebody directions, when I'm going to Derek's place, I don't use his exact location. I use a landmark in the location to
that's
get to his
crazy.
place. Yeah. So for some prime locations, it's okay. I still don't know. Like if I'm going somewhere, I have to go to Google Maps, look at the closest landmark, and then go and put it in the right. Oh yeah, that's what I do. Legit, that's what I do. Whereas in the States, you can say I'm going to 24 something something street, and then the ride
Ice,
will just get there.
ice.
Like even if I'm miles away, I can just go like 2 blocks from here. Everybody knows 2 blocks from here what is there. But me, if I go and say 2 blocks from here, you might end up in
Blocks
a gap.
in Ghana. You're going to do blocks in Agoba or in Kaswa.
Our direction is walks. When you see that tree, to the kiosk by it, take your left. If you don't see that left, take like it's messy, and it affects the kinds of things we can do with technology,
Mm,
right? Sometimes I asked on Twitter a poll, like for Google Maps and Apple Maps, which do people use?
yeah,
Google Maps. I believe people use Google Maps because they have invested to get their services available to us. Apple Maps, when
yeah,
I say I'm
yeah,
going
yeah.
to Amo, they'll tell me what did they say? They say something like directions cannot be got something like that. For them, it's I feel like it's so much work for them to come and do that kind of investment here. But when you go outside and you see them using
Yeah.
the Apple Maps, like you fall in love with the product. It's so beautiful to use. As our location system, our address systems are not the best. I don't know for other countries. I watch Nigerian movies, so I can say
Mm.
Nigerians are even better than us. They use number something 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 so and so
Yeah, yeah,
street.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
like
That's
when I watch
true.
the
That's
movies, I'm
true.
able to pick that these people have like really good systems. I should say way better than Ghanaians in the least. What do you think? Address
My issue is this. When I buy something online, I still need to give them directions on the phone. That's one of my beefs with our address system because the riders would be coming to your place and they'll call you and they'll tell you that, oh, I'm here. Where should I pass? I'm like, I'm paying for delivery. Okay, let me not rant. I'm paying for delivery. Do I still need to give you manual directions? If we had a proper address system, right? A lot of businesses would find it easy to deliver to their clients. And because
Yeah,
of that, a lot of courier riders charge extra because they struggle to find the
yeah.
location.
Something that is 70 now becomes 100
Yeah,
because
because they have
you
to
didn't
go
find
around.
it.
Last time I ordered food in the afternoon, I ordered food around 1 p.m. I got the food in the evening because the guy lost his way. He went to use another junction and used this junction and then had to turn all the way back. And by the time he got to me, it was I'd even found something else to eat. Right. And I'm like, why do we have to subject ourselves to this? So now if a new startup comes and then that their service relies on addressing, their
They
service
can't
relies
find
on
it.
Yeah, it will be difficult for them because we don't have that proper infrastructure. I mean, government try to do something with the addressing system. I don't know how far with that.
Maybe right now that when you know, but in front of every house they have it there. Your I don't know how they come up with the numbers, but yeah, but if it's only used in public documents when you
Yeah,
are
I think it's linked to the Ghana card also.
yeah, but I can't use that when I'm ordering for something on boat or when I'm on boat food or when I'm moving using Uber. I don't put
It's just for filling forms.
404G. I don't use them. I don't use that. I don't if I go somewhere and they ask for my card, I have to call someone at home to give me those numbers. Yeah. The way around that is I take a picture of it and then have it on my phone.
Yeah.
I don't use that thing for anything. So I'm pretty sure a good experience here would have been how do people find out places in their areas.
Yeah.
The number is fine, but the thing is like DS247-3. There's no way I'm going to put all of those things in
So
my
it's not
head.
accessible enough.
Exactly. Like they should have thought about how it could be incorporated in our everyday language, in our
Okay. Okay.
everyday activities. If somebody is standing at a junction and they want to get to the end of the junction, what what is the easiest approach to get that person to put that in their communication to the driver, to whoever, and get them to that destination? Then they just woke
Imagine.
up that day and they said, okay, today we are going to, this is how we are going to do it. Let your cuckoo crow, whatever municipality will give you LS and then put numbers there.
Yeah, because imagine you need to shout your address to somebody on their phone, right? Imagine somebody calls you that, hey, I'm coming to your place. What's your address? And then I now have to tell them LS
Mhm.
3421.
Where am I going to put that? Even it doesn't work on Google Maps that way even. Because if somebody is coming here, I don't know the name of my area, right?
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
use
yeah.
a church to get people to my place. And it's not ideal. Like I can't put in if I'm going I really thank God for Google Maps and Co because they make it very easier for Uber. I know Uber uses their own system, I think, but it still helps the other services. But if you
Yeah.
can't pay their prices, it means you can't use them. It means your idea is not viable in Ghana, at least.
Charlie.
Look somewhere else. So our problems there is, I think it stems down to money. And
Does it? Money or people should stop stealing?
then now that we've gone way beyond money. The point of no, I don't know, change or no, nothing can be done about it. So these are a few reasons why apps don't thrive in some African countries. Some do well, like Nigeria. There are so many good solutions out there that are working for them. But then if they are to bring those solutions to Ghana, my
Yeah.
beloved country, it will fail horribly because our addresses are bad. People are refusing to change. Internet is expensive. Like you want to make an app and then you want every day they should be online.
Oh, people turn off their data.
I'm sure it's still a problem. Oh, when I texted you, my data was off. They'll tell you that it's on DND, but for all you know, they don't have money to buy internet.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
I'm just saying. But like, I feel like if you're able to address some of these things, the kinds of solutions or the kinds of technologies that will be unpacked, it
Mhm.
will be mind blowing.
Yeah.
It will be mind blowing. Okay, so again, just a reminder, we're going to drop this article's link in the show notes. Do well to read it. Do well to share your thoughts about it. And who knows, we'll probably read it on our next episode. So, on today's product spotlight, we are going to shine our lights on Mizomo. So, if you haven't heard of Mizomo, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of what it's about and what you can use it for, where you can get it. And yeah. So, Mizomo, think of Mizomo as your travel companion. I don't like traveling. Reason being, I hate feeling lost. Like, if I'm supposed to go to a particular place, I have to Google the place, what I can do there, make sure I'm not lost, all that thing. And Mizomo is supposed or is offering to help me do that. So I can find places to go. When I go to those places, the things I can do, what I can eat, where I can go, who I can see. Like I'll plan the whole thing so that when for somebody like me, it will help me not to feel lost, right? Like assuming I want to go to Cape Coast and I feel like I only know Kakum National Park, Mizomo will help me to plan an itinerary. Today I'll get to Cape Coast. I can go and eat here. Tomorrow I'll go to Kakum. I'll go to Cape Coast Castle. I can go and eat here, do some boat riding. Like it will help you to plan your trip, help you to like allocate or allot time to each activity. Essentially, I'm just letting you know that you can plan a whole travel experience for you and your friends, right?
Yeah.
The app and then go and have fun. So if you want to travel, if you want to see this app in action, just go to mizomo.com. Let me spell that for you. Mizormor. They have some really sleek websites. I do like their website. I'm a big fan of dark mode and it's in dark mode. I don't know because my phone is in dark mode, but yeah, I love the fact that it's in dark mode. It's on the Apple and Google Play Store, so you can download it and share it with your friends. Anybody you know who likes traveling, you can share it with them. If you want to start traveling and get a companion to help you do that without any stress, because traveling in Ghana is like stressful. If not for Google Maps, forget it.
Yeah. We
So
don't even
yeah.
have a proper address system.
There are so many hidden places. Like if I want to find a place, I have to go to TikTok, right? And go and TikTok
Yeah.
what you can do in Cape Coast and these videos. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Mizomo can help you to do that. Like expose all of these hidden gems, add it to your itinerary, plan a very good um vacation or
Ish.
vacation. So yeah, please guys, support a Ghanaian built, Ghanaian owned product. Use them and let's grow together. Right. Mizomo. Mizormor.com. Check them out.
All right, guys. So this is the end of the episode, case three. We thank you for sticking with us to this point. Just to remind us, right, wherever I listen to this, just drop a review. 5 star is preferable, right? We'll appreciate 5 star, right? But if you have any other thing to say, just let us know. Come and say it with your chest. Come and just, or you can drop a comment. You can DM Frankie or I and leave any feedback. And I would really appreciate a review. And this goes to show us that okay, we need to be doing more. We need to be consistent and all that. And it just shows us that you guys appreciate the podcast and would also like it to grow. Where I listen, just drop a like, drop a comment, drop a review, and God will bless us all.